I'm Tom Archie, and I'm a physician and acupuncturist for St. Luke's in Haley, and I practice integrative medicine both in the hospital and outside in the clinic. The experience of sitting with people 15, 16 times a day and immersing myself in the story that is their history, to figure out patterns of what the problems are, or how they're maintaining their health. That storytelling, it comes into songwriting, yeah. So when I started writing music, I was in residency, and it was mainly just an experiment to see if I could do it more than anything else. And I did a lot of playing at night after working long hours, and I found it to be a great release. But mainly, I think the connection for me has been through story. I grew up in a house with a lot of folk music and a lot of Dylan and a lot of Arlo and Woody Guthrie. But I didn't really have a real strong interest in playing music until I was in college. The process of writing songs, that came later, and it really had more to do with just seeing if I could do it, I guess, more than anything else. And then it kind of went from there. I just feel really good when I play music, I just really enjoy it. I really love watching other musicians play, and I've heard a lot of different stories, some of them with a lot of joy and with a lot of grief and a lot of seriousness and a lot of lying and a whole range of things. And just trying to explore the expression of emotion through music, both vocally and songwriting, and also through playing lead. That's been a really interesting experience. So I didn't really have a plan when I started to teach myself how to play guitar. It was really just a thing that I enjoyed, what I grew to enjoy doing. And now I've written a whole bunch of songs, and when I really started doing that, story songwriting, in other words, not just writing songs about kind of imaginary events, but actually taking real events and turning them into story. That grew out of going to the Pioneers Conference in Marin, back when we lived in Northern California. And there were it was a very rich source. There were so many stories of social injustice and of people overcoming odds to create beauty or to teach other people lessons that they weren't even aware that they needed to learn. So I think the Pioneers had a big role as far as bringing what had been a sort of a jam-oriented experience of music. It kind of brought back that Dylan and that Guthrie part of my childhood, and Billy Bragg and that kind of music, and Springsteen, and in a way of exploring the way that music, trying to find ways to replicate the experience that I had when a musician would speak to me through song in a way that made me feel like I was the only person in the room, like they were just talking right to me.